Hello, hello, this is Rod, Liveth in Your Means. Hey, I'm just here at our kitchen sink. We live in an apartment, not a great big kitchen, but you know that we're in rough times. And there have been problems with people's water going out, people's power going out, in places all over the world, and there's probably going to be a lot more of it happening. The next year is bound to be, from all I can see, I would imagine we're going to run into some pretty rough things. And we want to have our water working. We want the hot water working, and we want the cold water working. But more than even having that hot water, we want to make sure that we have water. We need water to drink, water to go, flush our toilets, wash ourselves with, and, wash up the dishes. If that water isn't working, we could be in a lot of trouble. Now, down here next to the fridge, I'm just going to show you this. Hopefully you can see it. But there's, 5 gallons of water right there. And that's just in case. I've also got some 5-gallon jugs over at my parents' place, which is pretty close by. And I'm just going to see where this is pointing now. And but what if it gets really cold in the wintertime, which it does, and what if something happens and our power goes out? I worked as an appraiser a number of years and saw a lot of homes that had been foreclosed on where the bank foreclosed on them and no one took care of things, and the pipes froze during the winter and flooded the whole house and ruined lots of stuff. We want to make sure our pipes don't freeze. This is a really important video, so if you'll give it a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you like, but share this information with other people because it could really make a difference for people that you know. Always have some water put aside, and because it does get cold in the winter and your power could go out, I recommend you just get some cheap candles. This is a candle that I got at the Dollar Tree. They're about $1.25 now plus tax. I got a bunch of these when they were $1. And what's interesting about these is I've lit these before and they will last a full day, a full 24 hours. That's pretty darn good. Now, these don't put off a lot of heat, but they do put off some heat. Now, I didn't turn the heat up today, and in fact, I opened the windows because I burnt something on the stove, didn't realize it had grease in the pan and forgot about it, put a little bit of smoke in the house. So I opened things up and I thought, hey, this is the time to do something that I was going to do, and that's to show you, you can take one of these candles, even if the power's out, these candles will produce some light for you, not a ton of light, but they'll burn for a full day. My experience is for a full 24 hours. But I'm going to show you something else. If you take one of these candles, and what I'm going to do is lower this down so that you can see a place where you might be able to use a candle like this. And that is down under the sink. So I'm just going to put this right here. See if I can point this down just a little bit. There we go. Now right now it is 60 degrees in this house, in this apartment, 60 degrees. So it's chilly. That's why I've got a turtleneck on and a flannel shirt over that and a nice warm cap on too. So a winter hat. Now down under the sink, you've got your drain pipe here, but more importantly, what's more likely to freeze is the water lines going up to your tap, and all you need to do is move some of this stuff so it's out of the way so you don't have any kind of fire hazard. And thank goodness that candle is in glass, and you just need a place to put it. And so if the power goes out and you think it's going to get too cold, put on a bunch of warm clothes, and you can take a candle like this. You can light it. This produces heat, and you can feel that heat. You can put it in here. You don't want that flame hitting anything that's going to cause problems, but you can put it in there. You can close this up, and it'll continue to get enough oxygen just through the cracks to keep that little candle going, but it'll raise the temperature in there several degrees. So if it's getting down to 35 degrees in the house, that's pretty darn cold. I've experimented years ago, had it down in the 40s, and I had to put my insulated boots on. But if you think it's going to get down below 35 in your house or your apartment, by golly, have some candles like this available. I've got a box of them. I used to have a few boxes. I've given a lot of them away, and that'll help keep the temperature under the cupboard where these water lines are a few degrees warmer than it is out here in the apartment or in your house. That's all you need to do is have a bunch of those, light them. You can, close these doors up or most of the way closed, and that'll get enough oxygen through the cracks that it'll just keep on burning, and it'll keep it warmer and stop your pipes from freezing. There's one other thing that you can do. I'll pull this back out so I don't forget it, because I don't need to use that right now. And let me lift this back up and show you just one more thing. Thank you all for being patient with my inability to edit videos, but I think this is important, so let me point one more thing out. There we go. There's one more thing that you can do, whether you have a candle or not. If it's really getting cold, turn your water on and just let it dribble. If it's super cold, you might have a little bit more going through there, but that water's coming through pipes in the ground, and the ground keeps a constant temperature, usually in the 50s, sometimes in the 60s, depending upon where you're living. But you go down a few feet, and this water shouldn't be getting, probably won't be getting below 40 degrees. And so if it's coming up from the ground and you leave your pipes going, and you might want some of that coming through your hot water lines and your cold water lines, but just leaving it dribbling will keep things warm enough that your pipes shouldn't be freezing. So that's something else that you can do. But if you appreciate knowing this, give it a like, put some comments below, tell us your experience, and share this with other people. You can share it on your Facebook page, and if you look at some of my other videos, you'll probably find some other things that will be helpful to you. I hope to do some other videos in the future, things that will help you and me, things that will help us all to live within our means. So live within your means, and have a wonderful day.